EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1970.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as good running gets them to about the 44. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's the Panthers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
He takes this for 3 to the 29. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 57 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
No, boy.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Banks. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Good job, kid.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Credit it with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now they try the right side here. And he's got room. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And it looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. Going up top. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
(10-0) the score after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, but it also brings up 4th.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Here's the Panthers punter now. as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's a second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series for those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now.
It's a look at the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he returns this to the 22.
Come on, fellas.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Banks. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
So they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Banks. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Now back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead now increases to 20-0.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And his kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
Well, he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Banks. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Detroit.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions continue to pull away here this first half.
So it was the passing game that got him down here. The closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 51 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they're the recipient of a nice gift here late in the half with a real chance to put points on the board.
And it's been a difficult half for them in terms of putting points on the board. So here with this gift, with this opportunity, they've got to find a way to cash it in.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Back to throw again.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and it's a 27-10 score now. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season is going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin our tour, the trip up to Toronto, Canada, and it's the Vikings who are out in front. The Vikes trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo, and they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Pats seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And that one all even as they play the visiting Texans. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They run again with Peterson. Peterson a first down and more. And all the way up to the 46.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2nd and 3. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
the 13 now. They work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 6. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
55 rushing yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see it where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Out of the gun now on third down. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for Carolina. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They'll try again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1 yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They'll run here on third and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Fielded just inside the 30.
We play to win. Let's go!
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Panthers.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And fights through one man. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now back to throw. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going for the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now a handoff as they run left side. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy.